Let's go and see those lions.
Cheers
To an awesome trip and an awesome morning.
Oh, what a morning.
Wow, wow, wow. In the previous episode, we spent an amazing 4 nights at the SKL Khwai campsite and had some incredible sightings during our stay. You now find us waking up on our final morning in Kuai, ready to head to Savuti. Right, Savuti. Tracks for Africa says, let's see, 109 kilometers. Sounds about right. Using Tracks for Africa on the Garmin. Now what happens is, you exit North Gate or Kuai, so you're exiting the Moremi Game Reserve. Then drive to the Mababi Gate on the cut line between the two parks. Mababi Gate is the entrance to Chobe National Park. And then there's a choice of road to take to Savuti. Now the last time I went to Savuti, I took the Marsh Road. I think that is waterlogged at the moment, so we have to take the Sand Ridge Road, which has apparently got very thick sand, but it sounds like an adventure, right? So let's head out of Kuai, unfortunately, and head to Savuti. Right, so this is the main cut line between the Moremi Game Reserve and the Chobe National Park. It is a concrete road. The speed limit, I think, is around 60 to 80 kilometers an hour. There's actually no signboard stating the speed limit. But guys are doing 100 kilometers an hour on this piece of road. It is very, very dangerous to do that sort of speed. Why? Because on this road, pieces of it are perfect. You almost call it a tar road. Then all of a sudden the road disappears and there's huge holes. So what I would recommend, make sure your tire pressures are just right. I've gone 1.2 in the trailer, 1.6 in the back of the vehicle, and 1.5 in the front of the vehicle. I would like to go lower, but I'm carrying a lot of weight, and if the vehicle begins to struggle in the thick sand on the way up to Savuti, then I'll go lower. But please be careful on this road. Make sure you look after your trailer and your vehicle. Stop every now and then, have a look around. Don't be scared to bring a trailer to these places. I've brought this Echo 5 here many times. It doesn't give any issues. Just make sure it's serviced. And yeah, enjoy the journey, especially if you're a family. A trailer is a fantastic bit of kit if you are a family. So just look after it. Don't be scared. These things and Ryan's Conqueror that's behind me there, they are just absolutely fantastic, really rugged things. Look after them and the vehicle and you'll have an absolute blast out here in Chobe National Park. While we took in the breathtaking scenery, we closed in on Chobe National Park. Right, entering the Mababi gate on the way to Savuti. The lady that checked us in said no ways we can do the marsh road, so get out of the gate, turn right along the Mababi depression, and then take the Sand Ridge road left. So hopefully we find some game. And never done the Sand Ridge road, last time it was the marsh road, so probably gonna have to let the tires down a bit more. The 11,700 square kilometer Chobe National Park is a true wildlife paradise, as the Chobe River runs through the reserve, which attracts many animals and birds during the dry season. It's been 3 years since I've done this road, and I forgot how bad it is through the Mababi depression here. You're averaging around 10 kilometers an hour. It's absolutely crazy. You're just getting shaken around. It's impossible to drive quickly and make up time. It's just so undulating. Obviously where all the water sits cause it to undulate like this. It's beautiful to see the Mababi depression with such tall green grass, eh? You don't often see that. And the game viewing was fantastic back there. We are now 53 kilometers from Savuti, and this interesting thing here is there's sort of a ridge line on the left of trees, mopani trees, and then on the right it's open, and then further on you get scattered pieces of trees around these amazing like water holes. So yeah, but the road is still as bad as I remember. But all part of their adventure, eh? Just gonna take it easy, get to Savuti and set up camp. I remember in July 2018 when I came to Savuti, I stopped on the marsh road there, and there was just these beautiful clouds rolling across the savannah, these cumulonimbus clouds. And then I came over this ridge, and then you just see the hills surrounding Savuti. Oh, it was absolutely amazing, hey? And I think we're about to roll over the same hill and see the same mountains that rise up from this savanna landscape. It's absolutely spectacular. We eventually got to Savuti and filled up the water tanks at the office. We here at campsite 6, fantastic. Just waiting for Mark to pull in. I think we can hear his V6 cruiser. We're not sure. He drove in from Mount today, but great to be here at Savuti. Right, early morning here at Savuti. Mark got in at around 7:30 last night. And the reason for that is he literally drove around the whole of Botswana looking for us. Bit of a miscommunication, but he's here. And yeah, I think we're going to have a fantastic day here at Savuti. We woke up around 6:30, made a nice cup of coffee, and just the light is absolutely amazing here. And the scenes are stunning. These huge trees in amongst the shrubbery is just amazing. Savuti is a fantastic place. Got the hills of Savuti behind us there. Heard lion last night, looks like hyena moved through the camp. Just magic to be here at Savuti. We've got crowned hornbills, grey hornbills, red-billed hornbills, the red-billed franklins, little mongoose, the baby dwarf mongoose, they're the cutest things. And yeah, the wildlife here looks amazing. The people that we've spoken to that have been here over the last couple of days said they haven't seen much, but let's try and change that and go and find some awesome wildlife. So we're here at a beautiful baobab tree. It's called the picnic spot here by Bushman Hill. And yeah, I might have made a mistake on where the baobab forest was. This is just a single baobab. But behind me there is the Machikwe sand ridge. So I think we're going to go over that and back around to camp. There's sort of a loop that goes around it. But yeah, amazing to see these sand dunes in the middle of this flat landscape. And these hills that surround Savuti. Absolutely amazing, man. Right, so I reckon I've used over 80 liters from Maun. Vehicle's doing very well, using way less fuel than what I expected it to use. But now I'm going to take some weight off the roof of the car, empty the 4 jerry cans on the top, straight into the tank. 80 liters of diesel. The roof rack offered a great view of our campsite. Right, time to cook up some mince wraps. Some chili sauce. Mark, are you keen for them?
Yes, 100%.
The animal and bird life in camp is one of Savuti's major attractions, so we chilled for the rest of the afternoon and experienced Savuti's magic. It's great having Mark on the trip with us. Mark and his parents, Alan and Sue, own Matamba Bush Camp in the Waterberg, and we've become great mates over the years. Mark is an experienced overlander, and with the lions going off nearby, he cooked us up a special treat.
So the gem has been on for about an hour and a half. When opening it, you should be looking for like a sort of a lighter green than when it went in, almost a bit yellowish. And so yeah, just unwrap the foil how you wrapped it up. There we go. So the lid collapsed a bit, but as you can see, it's the skin has turned a bit yellow, which means it's cooked properly. You want to let it cool down for a bit just before you tuck in, and then you scrape with a spoon. You scrape all the siding out and you put on your plate, and there we go. You've got a lovely gem squash bomb. Enjoy.
Right, the early morning here at Savuti is amazing. Hey, we're under this huge camel thorn tree, making a good cup of coffee. We're about to hit the road to go and find some wildlife early in the morning. Let's hope we're more successful than yesterday, but it's been an amazing time here. But let's see what we see out there. Chris and Ryan stayed back in camp, and Mark and I are on our way to Quarry Hill viewpoint. Now there's a drive like this up there, up rocky terrain. Mark's up there filming. Let's head up to Quarry Hill. The view is phenomenal. But first, let's get through this extreme low range section. Everything off the dash, because it's all gonna fall backwards. First gear, low range. Let the 200 climb. So we made it, we're at the top. That was a bit sketchy, but no worries, the view is fantastic. Our car did really well. Let's enjoy this amazing view. Hey, how's that, bro? You see all the hills surrounding Savuti. You see the Kudu Hills and all the Quarry Hills. It's one of the most amazing sights you will ever see. You can see the Harvey's pans just in the distance there while the sun is going down. Probably time that we head down and head to Harvey's pans to see what there is in the afternoon there. Savuti, definitely on your to-do list when you're visiting Botswana. Turning around and descending Quarry Hill is certainly good fun. Amazing, yeah, absolutely amazing. 4x4 driving experience, incredible. We've had some amazing sightings at Harvey's Pans over the years, from wild dog kills to close-up elephant encounters, but this time it was a little dry. So I just wanted to chat to you guys about the bathrooms here at Savuti. Now, elephants at Savuti are a huge problem, and the reason for that is they simply destroy all the water pipes and the water systems here. So the bathrooms here at Savuti, they've actually built a huge concrete structure around just to protect it from the elephants. And I must say the SKL group is just doing an incredible job wherever they go. All the SKL campsites we've stayed in on this trip, and we're not sponsored by SKL or we don't stay for free, but they're just doing an amazing job. The bathrooms are clean, everything is working, just amazing. Hey, the bathrooms here at Savuti are no different, absolutely fantastic. But it's so interesting that they've had to build this huge structure with this massive embankment around these bathrooms to protect them from the elephants, because they just get destroyed. And they've done something interesting in the campsite around the tap. Right, so in the campsite they've got these structures surrounded by these very sharp rocks, so be careful, because if you fall, it's not going to be pleasant. And then what you have to do is take your hand and stick it in the hole of death, because you don't really know what's in here, and then open it up and there's the water. Now this is all to protect these pipes and the different water systems from the elephants. It's pretty unique to this part of the world. I know elephant sands is similar, but yeah, just want to show you guys how they protect the campsite. With the game viewing at a minimum, we headed in search of some scenery instead, and eventually made it to the baobab forest. So we're relaxing here at the baobab forest, and it just made me realize how we take traveling as overlanders for granted. Obviously last year March we were in the Central Kalahari Game Reserve, and the COVID-19 pandemic took us by surprise. We haven't been able to visit any other countries since then. Basically, it's been great to travel in South Africa, but I tell you what, Botswana and Savuti makes me realize how special these places are, but also how privileged I am to be here. I hear the sounds of the parrots and the birds, the insects. I smell the wild sage as I'm driving through the Botswana bush. It's just, I don't really know how to describe it, but you almost need to be here to smell and sense what I'm trying to tell you right now. It's just amazing. The game viewing around Savuti, been a little bit disappointing by Savuti standards, but it's luck of the draw out here in the African bush. You can see nothing, and all of a sudden you see a wild dog kill on the Sunday Pan in Central Kalahari. Savuti is not disappointed purely because of the camping experience and the great time I always have here. And yeah, we're about to head back to camp, but this baobab forest is something I've never visited before. I've visited areas in Savuti that I haven't been to before, and maybe that was an opportunity. If you are looking at taking on the ultimate African adventure, Savuti has to be on your list. We haven't been disappointed before. Yes, the game hasn't been amazing this time, whichever way you look at it, but I still haven't been disappointed. And that just shows how amazing this place is. Thank you for watching this episode, and a huge thank you to my Patreons and product sponsors for making these trips possible. In next week's episode, we head to the beautiful Chobe River and have one of the most incredible experiences I've ever had. Until then, cheers.
you.